We live? We live. Oh. Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk. Back at it with another video. Man, it's been a minute since I've done a live. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've done a live. Yeah, sorry guys. I've just been busy, with a lot of stuff. I got my own IT business going on. I've been trying to scramble, trying to get contracts with these IT companies. And yeah, it's just been a busy week. I had stuff I had to do at home. I just came back to my family's place, to do some stuff because I got an interview with this company called Spot Hero, and I want to make sure it goes well. It's actually in 30 minutes. So I'm going to pretty much go to 15 because I got a call with them at 11 o'clock. But I'm going to do my live in like 50. I'm going to do this live until like 15 minutes. But anyway, guys, man, that AFC Championship game, and damn, I look like I gained weight or something in my face, man. I really need to get back in the gym, man. I feel so weak, but I need to get back in the gym. But anyways, guys, yeah, yesterday in the AFC Championship game, the Bengals upsetted the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24 in overtime. And man, what a turn of events. What a turn of events for the Bengals, man. I mean, what they went through not even just the playoffs, but for the entire season. Joe Burrow and that brittle offensive line, especially that game against the Tennessee Titans where he got sacked 9 times and was still able to win the game, just shows you how much tough this guy is. I mean, the guy has freaking ice in his veins, man. Like, I mean, not a lot of quarterbacks can go through what he went through and still was able to put up the type of numbers that he put up against the Tennessee Titans and win that game for his team. I mean, he was very spectacular with the Raiders, against the Raiders. He played well. But that one game against the Tennessee Titans, I felt like really kind of catapulted him, in my opinion, to kind of like the superstar, role. And I think that with the departure of Tom Brady and the fact that Aaron Rodgers, him going up and, contemplating retirement, I feel like Joe Burrow, man, is going to be pretty much one of the faces in the NFL. And the guy has a bright future. I mean, look what happened in the game against the Kansas City Chiefs, especially down 21-3. Down 21-3. It looked like the Kansas City Chiefs was going to blow out the freaking Cincinnati Bengals, because like first couple drives, Kansas City was just scoring at will. Scoring at will the first half. And then when we got to the second half, the Bengals defense just completely shut down the Kansas City Chiefs offense. What's good, Coach? What up, Michael? What's good, man? Hey, man, I'm going to put the link on if you want to join, bro. I'm going to put the link down, man. If you want to join, man, you can join in. But like I said, yeah, like the Cincinnati Bengals defense completely shut down Kansas City's offense for much of the second half. And Joe Burrow, he was able to engineer a drive to tie the game, in the fourth quarter, 21-21. And then Evan McPherson, he's just been lights out. I think he was like 3 for 3 or 4 for 4. He was 3 for 3. He was perfect, and especially engineering that, that last play where he had that 52-yard field goal to seal it for the win. I mean, the kid is spectacular. He's going to have a future in the NFL. I'm really happy for the Cincinnati Bengals because it's been what? The last 2 years, they've been like one of the worst franchises in the NFL. And to go from being one of the worst franchises in 2020 to going to the Super Bowl, it gives me hope as a Bears fan that we can do something next year. What up, Michael? What's going on, man?
Yo, yo.
What's going on, man? Yeah, so yeah, I was just talking about the Bengals, man, and I was just talking about how that game, just gave me hope as a Bears fan that we might do something. Not saying anything might happen, but like the fact that with Tom Brady retiring and Aaron Rodgers possibly contemplating retiring or leaving the Green Bay Packers, the NFC is going to be wide open. And speaking of the NFC, what about Matthew Stafford? I mean, the guy. I mean, like a lot of people didn't see. Well, I mean, certain people didn't see, especially me. I didn't see Matthew Stafford going to the Super Bowl because I've been a proponent that Matthew Stafford, it's overrated. If you look at my earlier videos, I said, or even when I was at Man Beast channel, I was saying Matthew Stafford is not that great of a quarterback. And I wasn't the only one. There are other media outlets. Of course, Stephen A. Smith. I was watching the video. He's like saying, "Oh, Matthew Stafford, if he loses to Jimmy G, he ain't got no more excuses. He's an overrated quarterback and all that." But a lot of Lions fans saw that Matthew Stafford was clutched. He was a top 10 quarterback. He had like over 50 game-winning drives. And the fact that, them being down 17-7 and then coming back and winning the game just shows you that Matthew Stafford, I mean, is a great quarterback. If you look at his stats, he had a completion percentage in the playoffs. He had over 70% completion percentage, 8 touchdowns to 1 interception, and he's 3-0 with the Los Angeles Rams. And so, congrats to Matthew Stafford. I do hope he wins a ring. I don't know about you, Michael, but I want to eat. I want to eat my crow. I'm going to eat my crow, guys. Uh, Matthew Stafford, he's a great quarterback, and the Detroit Lions is a garbage organization, and I'm not worried about them next year. But yeah, what do you think, Michael? I'm sorry.
Don, oh my God. Don Bird was probably in tears when Stafford won the ends going to the Super Bowl.
hmm
And shout out to the 49ers fans that I follow. CG, you know, it was a
hmm
good fought. It was a good fought game, but and the thing with Jimmy G, that last drive, I don't
hmm
like Jimmy G did something that Andy Dalton would have done, and then took in like a check
hmm
down.
hmm
The and I'm like, and I'm sitting back, I'm like, Jimmy, you know the game is on the line. You have to throw the ball deep. Like, this is your drive. This is your chance to prove to the 49ers that you are the guy, regardless of how if they're going to trade you or not. If you guys won the Super Bowl, this is your drive. And Jimmy just threw that interception like he didn't care.
Right. When he got pressure from Aaron Donald and Von Miller, he just threw it up in the air.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
how
what are you doing?
no, I'm just sitting back like, how did this fucker make the NFC Championship?
I got two answers: the run game, Kyle Shanahan's run game, and the defense. And let's also talk about Debo Samuel, man. Like the dude has been lights out. Like if they didn't have Debo Samuel, I mean, they're not even beating the Packers, not let alone sniffing the NFC Championship game or the wild card game.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing with the Packers, Aaron Rodgers completely choked that game. And I know
Mhm.
special teams had a huge factor, but
Mhm.
Aaron choked the game
He
away
did.
because I'm not
He did.
sure if you saw that third down and long where he forced it to Adams. He had a wide open Alan Lazard, and that shit like
I
I
don't know
was
why he missed him. I mean, especially with Rodgers, how he's been playing for so long. You think, oh, okay, I could survey the field. I see a wide open Alazar. Maybe I should do that. But uh, Aaron Rodgers, he tends to choke under pressure, especially when it comes to the most important games. Like he chokes. And that's why I've been saying about a lot of people. People are saying, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's this. He's better than Tom Brady." Well, the difference between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers is that Tom Brady He's able to engineer drives, and he's able to perform under pressure, while Aaron Rodgers is not able to do that. That's why I've been saying to a lot of people, you need to get rid of Aaron Rodgers because he's your outlier. I mean, look how many games he's choked. He's choked the 2012 playoffs and 2013 to San Francisco 49ers with the Colin Kaepernick. He choked the 2014 NFC Championship game where you almost won the game. The game was in your hands, and you choked that game. You got blown out by the Falcons. You got blown out by freaking Raheem Mostert, and you lost to freaking the decrepit. I shouldn't say decrepit, but you lost to Tom Brady, who damn near tried to give you the game, and you couldn't do nothing about it. Like,
I try. Do you want to know what Packers fans told me when I said they would have lost if Cutler wasn't hurt? They said Cutler was playing like shit before he got hurt. Maybe because Cutler was dealing with an injury, that was probably the reason why he played like shit. Cutler, it was probably 50% going into the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if Aaron's that great, why hasn't he been a starting quarterback in the title game?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we would have won the Super Bowl that year, but at the same time, there's a reason why he hasn't been back to a Super Bowl since. Say what you want about Drew Brees, but Drew Brees at least keeps it competitive. Aaron Rodgers legit gets blown out I've seen people want to compare Brees to Rodgers a lot. Regular season wise, Rodgers is the GOAT. But if you compare playoffs, Drew Brees is better.
You're right. I agree. Because more times often than not, his defense wasn't even that great, but at least they kept it close. At least they're competitive. They kept it competitive.
Right. And the thing that you said about the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers had a chance to run it in the end zone, and he, instead of going and try to gain some yards, regardless if he would have gotten the touchdown or not, Packers fans told me that he would have gotten sacked either way and I'm like, they can't hit him because it's a flag if they hit him. And how today's league, you can't hit a quarterback. And they added that bullshit taunting rule. And we already know how that was like. I was so pissed when
Rodgers did to us. I own you.
No, it wasn't. No. The taunt. What really pissed me off about the taunting rule, because it happened to us when
Cassius Marsh. Was it that Steelers game? Yeah, that was bull crap, man.
And didn't even taunt. He just looked at the sideline.
Right. He just looked at the sideline, and then taunting penalties. Bullshit.
Yeah, but they had a help, and I always say this: the reason why the Packers get the most calls, you saw the Windy City Productions have a chart or something, when he did all the crucial calls that they had the 2019 season, and he pulled up a chart saying that they get the most calls is because they have Aaron Rodgers. They're not going to get the most calls next year if Rodgers leaves. And and Packers fans think that Matt LaFleur is a great, I say this to many Packers fans. If you had Jordan Love, would Matt LaFleur still be a good head coach?
They're 0-2 with Jordan Love. They're 0-2. And I don't want to hear that whole spiel. Okay, that last game against the Detroit Lions. Okay. Y'all weren't they up 14-3 in the first half, or was it tied? I don't remember.
It was probably it was tied, and I don't want to hear it because Don Bird was talking shit. Don Bird was talking shit right after that game, saying about. I've actually met Don Bird's been on YTC's channel. He's been on TRL's channel, and I'm not sure he's been on this.
Did he actually come and talk with you guys?
No, he came on my stream and did a hit and run message.
Oh wow.
He said Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah, because the last time I heard him spoke, he was on. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with the Windy City Breeze, but he came in
To Windy
and he
City Productions.
not the production Windy City Breeze with Pat the designer. He's a Bears content creator. He does Bears videos, but like he came and he called in on his show, and he was talking about how the Detroit Lions, they have a better future than the Chicago Bears because they got a better GM or whatever. He was talking crazy shit, man.
If you think that
No
was
quarterback.
if you haven't think that was most crazy, wait till you hear this shit. He called himself on this 49ers channel. I think it's like Rumble Sports where you can
Mhm,
call in. He
mhm.
called in and he called himself the Detroit Lions Whisperer.
The Detroit Lions whisperer. That's probably
And
what you are. Just losing, man. You're
and
delusional.
and you want and CEO give this motherfucker a moderator on YTC's channel before.
Oh, he was a mod?
Yeah, because he came
Don
in.
Burr was a mod. Wow.
Yeah, he came in like he came in like a burner account, and we didn't know who it was. It was like CEO number one fan, and CEO gave him like a wrench, and we found out it was Don Bird. Detroit versus everybody, and when he said Detroit versus everybody, I'm like, yep, that's Don Bird.
That's Don Burr. Wow, man. This is what Nerd Hole said. What he whispered. We're gonna suck for a long time. Exactly. You're all gonna suck for a long time. That's your whisperer right there. Yep.
I
Because
think
guess what?
I,
The Force passed up on freaking. They drafted a cornerback, Okuda, Jeffrey Okuda, and you passed up on Justin Herbert, and then you also passed up on Justin Fields for offensive lineman. Like, come on, bro.
and Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Yeah, and Mac Jones, right? Man, I mean, I don't even know if there are any good quarterbacks for this year's draft, if I'm not mistaken. Like, who's really good at, like what's a good quarterback in this draft? I don't know.
I don't know either.
So I mean, Detroit, you don't have any. Yeah, you got some first round picks, but you don't got a potential franchise quarterback. At least the Bears do with Justin Fields. Even though, I mean, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
I'm gonna be very critical on Justin
Yeah,
Fields.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm critical on it.
but like I've been telling Bears fans, I actually got kicked from a Bears group chat once because I tried to tell
Mhm.
them when we had Trubisky at the Horn that Trubisky is not the problem, and they say that Matt Nagy didn't have a good offense like he did in Kansas City. When you were three, this was in year three of Nagy. He
Mhm.
has yet to fix the offense, and all Nagy doesn't have a good offense to work with. That's not. Yeah, maybe it's on Ryan Pace because Ryan Pace didn't have a good offensive line.
Mhm.
Instead of getting what's that guy's name from the Chiefs that got cut? I think
Uh,
it was like Eric Fisher.
Eric Fisher, yeah, I think it's Fisher, yeah.
Instead of signing him, we re-signed Jair Fetty.
Jermaine Ifedi, yeah.
Yeah, and instead of and the only good lineman we had this entire season was Jason Peters,
hmm
and
I agree.
he's getting up there in age. But when Tevin Jenkins was back from his injury, that was the chance to fix the offensive line. And I think Nagy said it in his press conference that he wanted Tevin Jenkins to develop behind Jason Peters. I'm like, yep, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But even if Tevin Jenkins was like, here's how I would put the line. you would have Jason Peters as the right tackle, Tevin
Mhm,
Jenkins as the right guard, Cody
mhm.
Whitehair as the center because we already know how bad Mustapher is, James Daniel as the right guard, and Larry Bourne as the
Right tackle.
yeah, and yeah, Larry Bourne, a fifth round rookie, did better than Jairi Fetty. And when Jairi Fetty came back from injury, they put him back in the starting lineup.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah,
That's
Nagy's
stupid.
just
Yeah, the coaching is incompetent.
that,
It's
and
incompetent.
that's why I try to tell Bears fans that Nagy was the problem, and they kept saying Trubisky can't read a defense.
Mhm.
Trubisky is a bust. We should have taken Mahomes or Watson. Like
And let-
if we put Mahomes on the Bears, it's the same result.
right, he's gonna be the same as Trubisky. Right, it's gonna be the same situation, same thing. That's why coaching matters in this league. You have to have a good organization and you have to have good coaching. And the fact that not only that I think after the 2018 or I think 2019, I forgot. I think it was after the 2019 season. Trubisky was supposed to meet up with Nagy to discuss some plays or to discuss some schemes and to figure out what to do or to be better for the offense for the 2020 season. And Matt Nagy, he freaking ghosted Trubisky. Trubisky was ready. He had a pen and paper in hand. He was trying to be better. And Matt Nagy was like saying, "Nope, I'm not gonna come. I'm just gonna ghost you." And the fact that you're just, you're what you just did was just a coward move, bro. Like you're supposed to be a head coach that develops Mitchell Trubisky into a franchise quarterback. And the way you show your appreciation for him is that, oh, I'm not going to show up because, oh, I think he's just a bad quarterback who can't read any defense. No, you dipshit. It's your job to help him, to coach him out of that habit. You got to help him to read defenses. You got to help him with his mechanics. You got to help those little stuff
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes a quarterback, the little details. And the fact that you didn't show up for that just shows you're a piece of crap, man. And that's why you're not here. You're fired. And if he would have stayed one more year, he probably could have broken Justin Fields. I mean, shoot. I would.
Look. At the end, look. I saw Jono's video about reasons why the Bears should keep Trubisky, and I agree with a lot of them. Trubisky, look, when we got Dalton and drafted Justin Fields, or like put in Nick Foles, did our offense look? We literally went from like, I think they showed this one time on, I think it was a CBS post on Instagram that we
Mhm.
had a 29-21 record with Trubisky at the horn. Any other quarterback, Nick Foles had about 3 wins. Dalton had about, I think, 3 wins as well, and Justin
He had
Fields had
two wins,
two.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
and
Maybe two or three. You're right. You're probably right. Yeah.
yeah, and that
And Justin
there's
had
a,
two wins.
and I believe I asked Jonah this question too. Why does our offense look better with Dalton than it did with Justin Fields? Because if you remember the Ravens game, our offense couldn't move the ball for jack shit at Justin Fields. The minute Justin Fields went down, what did Dalton do?
Throws a
Dalton,
touchdown
yeah,
to Marquise Goodwin.
and to Darnell Mooney, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken, and because Dalton, and he told me is a more experienced quarterback. He knows what to do. He's been in the league for about like, and I agree, and
10
that's
years.
why
Mhm.
I wanted, I kind of wanted the Bears to sit Justin Fields out for the rest of the season because I didn't want Justin Fields to get because Justin Fields had some faults this season with the when he like whenever
I
like
agree with
he
holding the ball too long and giving up fumbles. That was his problem. And not able to recognize those coverages or just completely have pocket unawareness.
right, and you notice how and he needs to have better team chemistry with the wide receivers. You saw Allen Robinson's numbers went down, and with Trubisky at the horn, Allen Robinson was a Pro Bowler.
And like I said, that's an indictment on Nagy because Nagy, he didn't give Justin Fields those reps. He didn't give him those reps in training camp. And so Justin Fields, he couldn't develop that the proper chemistry with Allen Robinson and with all his other receivers besides Darnell Mooney.
I agree, but sometimes it's on Fields and on A-Rob as well because and there's a reason I say that Justin Fields needs good team chemistry with
But
his
that was
players.
more so on Allen Robinson. I mean, Justin Fields, he was trying to hold team practices. Like there were reports of him trying to hold team practices and even trying to hold even some practices after games. And so he was trying to his best. Like Justin Fields was trying to do his best to get some of his receivers involved. It's just that Allen Robinson, he wasn't all the way there. Like you can even look in some of his games when Justin Fields was trying to run for like or scurry for the first down. Allen Robinson, he didn't pick up his blocks to block for Justin Fields. And so it's not only on Justin Fields, that was all on Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, he just did not. He was just he was what's that word I'm trying to say? His mind wasn't there. He was just he was zoned out the whole entire season pretty much because
Look,
you know
I always say that I just said this before. It looks like Robinson does not want to be with the Bears anymore, and I've actually seen it. I've seen it in games, and I'm seeing it right now with you. But at the end of the day, A-Rob's got to understand if he is going to have an attitude where he doesn't give a shit, then teams are not going to want him. Because remember, Robinson he wanted a bag. He
he
wanted a
does.
bag. And his performance this season was one touchdown and
Mhm.
467 yards. That's not good enough.
No, it's not. It's not. Especially if you want to play for a contract, you're like just like what you said. Like if you're just zoning out for the whole entire season, you're not going to get the money that you want. That's why, and if you also watch Draft Dr. Phil, he talks about that a lot. That Allen Robinson, he was loafing a lot in a lot of games. It just wasn't a few games. It was just the whole entire season. He's just been like that. It's just that, Justin Fields, he was trying to do whatever he can to help get all of his teammates involved. And you can see it. It's just that, yeah, Justin Fields, I'm also critical of him. Of course, he has to work on reading the defense better. Of course, he has to work on getting the ball off in time. But at the same time, it's also on Allen Robinson's job to also help Justin Fields, be a better quarterback because I can also name you a couple of times where Justin Fields, he threw a lot of accurate passes, but a lot of these receivers dropped the ball. Like they dropped the ball so many times. But who am I? I'm just a Bears fan anyway. But
Yep,
yeah,
and
just say
a
your
lot
last.
of
Just say your last one because I got like 2 more minutes. I'm way over 15 because I actually have a call later on. But just say your point real
yeah
quick.
for Bears fans that want to criticize the Matt Everfis hire. I had the same criticize of it as well, but I had to understand that most quarterbacks don't have a offensive coordinator as their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
In order for a defensive coordinator, in order for a quarterback to succeed under a defensive coordinator, you need to have a good offensive coordinator. And look what we did. We signed someone from the Green Bay
Exactly.
Packers.
Luke Getzey.
And and I think Matt Eberflus is a good head coach. It's just more, and I understand where Bears fans are coming from. Most of them wanted
Brian Dable.
Duval,
Mm-hmm.
and and we already know how Giants fans feel about that hire. You need somebody that's more experienced in this league, and I feel like he's been in the. I think the Windy City Productions said that he was in the league for about like 30 years. But my message to Bears fans is just be patient with this hire. At the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, George didn't make the hire; Ryan Poles did.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Bill Polian, he had no say in it. They said Ryan Poles had to take his ass home. He was mad.
Bill
That's the type
Polian
of,
wanted
and that's the type of leadership that we need. We need a no nonsense GM. Like they need a leadership that's going to challenge the ownership. And I'm already liking Ryan Poles already.
Bill Polian wanted Jim Caldwell to be the head coach,
Yep.
according to some reports. And I don't think Jim Caldwell is a bad head coach, but he's not fit to be the Bears head coach because he's kind of getting old. It's kind of the same reason why I didn't want Leslie Frazier, and I was a little bit worried.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but we'll see what happens though. But anyways, I'm gonna end this stream right now. Thanks for joining in, Michael, man. Appreciate it though, man. But yeah, guys. Anyway, guys,
The press conference is starting right now. If you wanna tune in.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna probably tune in because I actually got a call going on. I actually have a call in the next 5 minutes. But anyway, guys, this is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at it with another video. And they actually have the press conference going on, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna stay tuned for more videos and more updates for the Chicago Bears news. And God willingly, if I'm able to see the Super Bowl, with my schedule, work schedule and everything, I'm going to try my best to probably do highlight videos and stuff like that. And also next week, I have a special treat for you guys. I got a former QB, G the QB. He's going to come in and we're going to be breaking down a lot of Bears videos. So stay tuned for that. And please, guys, please help me get to 100 subscribers. I only need 3 more subscribers. Please get me to 100 subscribers. Like and share the video with all your friends. Like and share the video with all your friends, guys. This is your boy Kofi signing out. See you on the next video. Peace.